Well, National's Police Spokesperson joins us now live. Mark Mitchell, welcome. Not universally embraced this policy today. Kitty Allen says it's going to create fitter, faster, better, more well-connected criminals. And Sir Peter Gluckman, who was the Chief Science Advisor to the Prime Minister under John Key, back then he said military bootcamp style academies don't work and it leads to an increase in crime. So why are we reheating this policy?
Well, I think number one, I'm not going to listen too much to what Kitty Allen says. It's her Labor government that's put us in a position in the last 5 years as a country where we're dealing with a 500% increase in RAM raids just this year. Sir Peter Gluckman, so if you actually look at Sir Peter Gluckman's entire comment, he said that they don't work in, or he didn't think they'd work well in isolation. We agree with him. That's why we put a 12-month course in place with follow-up support for that young person when they come out to make sure they've got the best possible chance to launch. Because the one thing that we do want to make sure is that they don't, the 15 to 17-year-olds, they're the ones at most danger of coming into our adult criminal justice system. Once they're in the adult criminal justice system, they're much harder to rehabilitate.
Yeah, absolutely. But if it worked, why didn't National keep going with the policy? Why did it ditch it back under John Key? Well,
the MAC program, the reality of it is we announced the policy in 2017. But we didn't come into government.
But you were trialling this way back when, right? Way back in 2011?
It wasn't. So the MAC program, as you just saw the numbers there, was relatively successful. It reduced repeat offending, and the seriousness of offending also, there was a significant reduction. So Justice actually reported back and said, internationally, this has been a successful program. That was a 9-week program. What we're proposing is 12 months, and we want to put these young people into an environment where they've got access to the best leaders, mentors and role models that we have as a country, and we want to invest in them and make sure that actually when they come out of that program they can rejoin society in a positive way and make good decisions in their lives. Because right now they're in a very bad environment where they're making very bad decisions, they're a danger to themselves and they're a danger to the public. And there's a huge human cost at the moment in terms of, I was with a...
I just want to talk to you about, because you're talking we're going to put them with the best leaders. You've talked about the Defence Force, that they were going to the Defence Force. Did you consult the Defence Force on this? Did you talk to them?
Yes, absolutely, in 2017.
Did you talk to them about this policy that you announced today?
In 2017 we were in government.
Because they said you didn't.
Well, in 2017 we were in government, absolutely we had these discussions around this policy, bearing in mind that they already run the Limited Service Volunteer Program, which I was heavily engaged with as Defence Minister. Has been extremely successful with an 80% success rate, a 6-week program that actually takes young people that are finding it difficult to launch. Some of them have been in trouble with the law, some have even been in prison. And they come into that program, and at the end of that 6 weeks you can see a complete change in them.
But that is quite a different situation, Mark, where people volunteer to go onto a 6-week course at the age of 18 to 24, then sending 15 to 17-year-olds who are some of our most violent and recidivist young offenders into that environment. These are completely different situations, and I don't think it's reasonable to expect the same outcome.
So we're not going to give up on them like the Labor government has, because the Labor government has completely failed on this. We're not giving up on them. So yes, we're going to compel them to go into a very, very supportive environment where they're going to be surrounded by the best possible leaders that we can put up as a country, and we're going to invest in them, and we're going to give them the best possible chance of actually coming back out and having a good life in New Zealand, being a positive member of the community and taking advantage of the great opportunities that this country can offer. We're not going to give up on them and allow them to go into just continue to offend, create carnage, more victims, risk killing themselves or an innocent member of the public, and then end up in the adult justice system.
Absolutely, and nobody wants that. But isn't it crucial to go to the Defence Force and say, this is what we want to do? Is it feasible? Is it something that you're capable of delivering? Because what you're doing is you're sending all of the worst offenders, youth offenders, to the Defence Force for reprogramming.
My experience with the Defence Force is quite simply this, bearing in mind that if we look at the LSV, the Limited Service Volunteer Program, that's multi-agency. That's Defence, it's Police, it's MSD. My experience with the Defence Force is this, is they've got the best leaders that we have in the country, regardless of the rank. They all want to be involved in that LSV program because they're passionate about investing into our young people. And I know that there's the quality there, there's the experience there to actually engage and support this program, and there'll be many that will step forward and say that actually we want to make a difference.
Okay, well, we will have to wait and see. Thank you very much for joining us here on 8 o'clock. Mark Mitchell.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca.